Emma met Jack during a snowstorm 6 years earlier. Her car had skidded into a ditch on a remote road, and Jack had come to her rescue. He was driving a battered pickup truck, his face ruddy from the cold, but his smile warm and reassuring. From that moment, their romance unfolded like a fairy tale. Within a year, they were married. Jack was attentive and kind, but there were moments when his charm felt rehearsed. Emma dismissed it as overthinking, chalking it up to her own insecurities. After all, Jack treated her better than anyone ever had. Emma's unease began during their third anniversary. Jack had surprised her with a weekend getaway in the mountains. On their second night, while unpacking a suitcase, Emma stumbled upon a small box tucked beneath Jack's folded clothes. Inside were photographs of women, dozens of them. They were candid shots, some taken from afar, others disturbingly close. Each woman had an expression that seemed to teeter between unawareness and fear. When Emma confronted Jack, he dismissed it with a laugh, claiming it was part of a weird prank from his college buddies years ago. His explanation felt flimsy, but Emma didn't press further, fearing she'd sound paranoid. Months later, the entire town was shaken by the disappearance of a young woman named Rachel Sullivan. She was last seen at the local diner, where Jack often stopped for coffee. Emma couldn't shake the gnawing feeling in her gut when she overheard Jack talking on the phone late at night. His tone was hushed but urgent, and she caught phrases like, "handled it, and nobody saw." Emma considered going to the police but hesitated. How could she explain her suspicions without sounding unhinged? Besides, she loved Jack, or at least the version of him she thought she knew. One evening, Jack left for a late-night business meeting, and Emma decided to snoop through his office. She told herself she was being paranoid, but the mounting dread in her chest wouldn't subside. Hidden behind a false panel in his desk, she found a collection of items: jewelry, hair ties, and even ID cards, all belonging to different women. At the bottom of the drawer was a blood-stained scarf. Emma felt like she was drowning. The man she had built a life with, the man who slept beside her every night, was hiding something monstrous. When Jack returned home that night, Emma couldn't contain her terror. She confronted him, holding the blood-stained scarf as evidence. Jack's expression shifted from shock to something colder, more sinister. "You shouldn't have done that, Emma," he said quietly, his voice devoid of the warmth she once knew. Emma locked herself in the bathroom, her heart pounding as Jack banged on the door. She called 911, her voice shaking as she whispered for help. When the police arrived, Jack was gone. The police investigation uncovered a trail of gruesome crimes linked to Jack. He was a suspect in the murders of at least 8 women across 3 states. Each victim bore eerie similarities. They were all young, brunette, and disappeared after encountering a man matching Jack's description. Emma became a key witness, her life thrust into the national spotlight, but her ordeal was far from over. Jack was still out there, and she knew he wouldn't let her betrayal go unpunished. Weeks later, Emma received an anonymous package. Inside was a photograph of her, taken from outside her house. She knew Jack was watching, waiting for the right moment. The police provided protection, but Emma felt the walls closing in. One stormy night, Jack broke into the house. Emma fought back with every ounce of strength she had, using the skills she had learned in self-defense classes taken after his disappearance. The struggle ended when a gunshot echoed through the house. Jack lay motionless on the floor, a bullet wound in his chest. Emma's life would never return to normal. The trial revealed the full extent of Jack's crimes, painting him as one of the most prolific serial killers in recent history. Emma wrestled with guilt, wondering how she could have missed the signs. Though Jack was gone, his shadow loomed over her, a haunting reminder of how love can blind us to the darkest truths.